and gentlemen, the following contest is a singles match set for one fall. And it's for the new Texas Pro Women's Championship!
I hope the copyright meanies don't block out this song because I am jamming and having myself a time, Sammy. How can you not get excited when you hear this music and you see Willow Nightingale coming on out to it?
The energy is infectious. How can you not love the spirit, the energy, the fun of Willow Nightingale?
All right, Sam, we got to get serious again here. This is very serious.
I mean, things are very serious. I mean, the new Texas Pro Women's Championship on the line here. As Willow Nightingale getting ready to challenge. There you see her. Two-time new Texas Pro Women's Champion. The Queen of House Rose, Raychell Rose.
Her ability, Raychell Rose's, to keep that title around her waist has been nothing short of impressive. Sure, you can go ahead and argue and debate the methods and the tactics and whatever negative terminology you want to use, but the championship still is reigning in House Rose.
Well, I think the new Texas Pro fans and the peers here at New Texas Pro alike would maybe show a little bit more respect of Raychell Rose if she wouldn't insist on actions like this, making the referee lower the rope for her, making her fans bend the knee at her mere presence. The self-appointed queen of pro wrestling, Raychell Rose.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, the following is for the new Texas Pro Women's Championship. Introducing first the challenger to my right, from Long Island, New York, she is the babe with the power, Willow Nightingale. And her opponent, from Houston, Texas, she is the queen of House Rose and the defending new Texas Pro Women's Champion, Raychell Rose.
All right, here we go. Huge matchup. The new Texas Pro Women's Championship is on the line. The defending champion, two-time champion, Raychell Rose, putting that gold on the line against challenger Willow Nightingale here at New Texas Pro, Texas Till I Die, capping off a huge weekend for Texas Mania.
Let it be known that this was not Raychell Rose's decision to defend this title for the second time in 2 nights, right? This is management forcing Raychell Rose into a situation that she had no choice but to agree to. But no. Let me finish, Sammy. Let me finish. But let the record show that champion purse is just going to keep rising. That's what it's all about for Raychell Rose. More fans bending the knee and making money along the way.
Well, Raychell Rose hot off a huge victory. Whether I agree with how she achieved that victory or not, defeating Mariah May at New Texas Pro Cowboys from Hell. And now again defending that championship just a day later against Willow Nightingale, bringing the energy here.
There are few women that have gained more respect, more of a following, more of a shine, if you will, than this lady right here, Willow Nightingale, especially given the fantastic match at Ring of Honor this weekend against Mercedes Martinez.
Yes, Willow Nightingale, one of the women of honor, making so many waves in the game today. Willow Nightingale, of course, also capped off the last Ring of Honor pay-per-view back against Roxy for that Ring of Honor Women's Championship again. For, of course, Roxy, the former New Texas Pro Women's Champion. Willow Nightingale just coming up just short against Mercedes Martinez, looks to change those winning ways and get a huge victory, not just to cap off Texas Mania, but to capture the new Texas Pro Women's Championship from Raychell Rose. And I think it's no secret as to what the game plan will be for Willow Nightingale. Such a great disposition, but she's going to try to bring that power game to see what the strategy is of the champion here in this contest.
Woo! If there was a way that we could bottle up the energy and positivity from Willow Nightingale, she would be a multi-millionaire. I'd want to figure that out, because then I would get me about a case of that.
Big hair and the bigger smile, always a great disposition for Willow Nightingale.
And I love it, and it's a breath of fresh air. She'll be the first one to say, very nice. Hold on, cover by the challenger. She'll be the first one to say, the power of positivity is so important in this world. There's so much negativity and there's so much that's going wrong, so why add to that by just being a sourpuss? That's not what Willow Nightingale is about. I'm a big fan of this. I'm a huge fan. I love seeing the three amigos multiple times. Mad respect.
This is a very prolific. Oh, no, Raychell Rose with the cover here. Almost that elementary. So many people paying respect.
Wow.
Oh, there's a fisherman buster. Now, wait a minute. Willow Nightingale has put away so many competitors with that very matchup. That very move might have gone for a little too early here. Raychell Rose barely able to get the shoulder up. You can see the champion woozy in the corner. Quickly moves out of the way.
Oh, I'm watching this, and I'm seeing exactly what Raychell Rose is looking for and wanting to do. Watch out. Ooh.
Zeroing all that focus and attention on the left knee of Willow Nightingale. Here's the cover, hooks that leg. And forcing Willow to kick out with that left knee.
Willow has very strong legs, not just from an offensive perspective, but to also be able to keep kicking out, the torque to fight out. You just got to keep working on that. Very smart.
Did you agree with this strategy from the champion to try and chop down the much larger, much more powerful challenger in Willow Nightingale?
Well, does the bear give mass and the Pope go out in the woods? Yes.
Now you talk about the positivity that Willow Nightingale brings, not just to all of her matches, but brings to professional wrestling in general. And we're celebrating Texas Mania here, a love that we all share for this sport. And how can you talk about that, Russo, and not just frown at the sight of Raychell Rose and her dominance over this division?
Because at the end of the day, Sammy, Raychell fights. It would just be very easy for Raychell to just grab the title, walk out, 10 count disqualification, keep the title. There is credit where credit is due, and you might not agree with every little thing that she does, but there is something to be said about the fact that Raychell will always still come out and compete in her way.
I mean, I guess the fact that she's willing to compete multiple times this weekend is a testament to the champion, and give her her due. Two-time new Texas Pro Women's Champion. Do not accomplish that accolade without being very talented, but she cannot rest on her laurels if she's going to think that she's going to be able to get a victory over Willow Nightingale. Now Raychell telegraphed that knee and connects.
She loves using the legs, knees, kicks. Oof.
Again, drop kick right to the lower back.
Right into the sciatica.
And look at the fire and resolve of Willow Nightingale. Fighting through the pain as you're clutching at that lower back. And a smart switch in strategy. Grounding the more powerful component, keeping her on the mat.
Willow knows exactly what's at stake. She's been given a lot of great primo opportunities for women's championships, to be able to take the new Texas Pro title, to take it back to Tony Khan and say, hey, look, I think I deserve more opportunities at gold again. This is as big as it gets for Willow. Oh.
Straight kick right to the face. Smells
Watch out!
Willow Nightingale, but connects with a clothesline, following up the champion. And now both contenders are down. Both competitors are down. New Texas Pro Women's title on the line.
The crowd certainly loves and is respecting everything that Willow has brought to the table thus far. Willow's got to activate that superpower mode. I love seeing it when Willow gets those straps down, starts hulking up, starts getting ready to go, kind of finds that extra gear. That's exactly what Willow needs to bring to the table right now.
Willow up to her feet, as is the champion. Both women up. Let's see who's going to kick into fourth gear here. Title on the line. Here comes Willow Nightingale.
High spirit, high energy, Sammy. There's a reason why we see that after being trained by Mikey from the Spirit Squad. Certainly comes in droves.
Instilling that spirit certainly does. Willow Nightingale with a big spine buster.
Look at the pressure on that pin. Wow. Wow.
All the weight on the shoulders of Queen Rose, still able to get her shoulder up.
No time to fret. Willow needs to regroup very quickly.
Needs to keep the pressure on the champion. You can see her limping on that left leg, the damage done. So much abuse has been given to the challenger, Willow. But she is still coming. She's coming for the new Texas Pro Women's title, forcing the champion to fight for everything she's got.
I think that this is a mistake for Willow, just standing there and allowing Raychell to come back. It's about staying on top of your opponent. You can't give an inch or else they're going to take a mile.
Well, that's the pride of Willow. She's showing that she thinks that she can take anything.
Oh, watch this. Where's the pounce?
The power of Willow Nightingale. Can she capitalize? Cannonball in the corner.
Big cover. Although, continues to be the story of the night, maybe a bit lackadaisical.
Willow setting the champion up.
Willow, expert at moonsault. Maybe took a little too long.
Gave the champion a little too much time to recover here.
Now Raychell sizing up Willow, dead to rights.
Measuring the challenger. Spear connects.
Cover, cover.
And so that extra push from the champion's really trying to get the leverage in over Willow Nightingale, who's still able to power out.
Visibly frustrated is Raychell. And now Raychell, I don't remember seeing her all too often climbing to the top.
Now this is brand new for Raychell Rose.
Oh, you got to hang on. That's it for Raychell. Whatever it takes. Hang on for dear life.
Willow going for that gut wrench. Raychell holding on. Referee trying to get in there. Hate to see this end on a disqualification.
Oh, right back to the leg. Raychell, exactly. You got to go with what took you to the dance. She started earlier, did Raychell. Raychell has to keep going.
Smell the roses connects again. And off with her head.
Right to the back. Oh my gosh, the champion. Will she retain? Yes.
When off with her head connects, it is elementary. 1, 2, 3. Still new Texas Pro Women's champion. There you see her. Still the queen of House Rose. Atop the mountain here at New Texas Pro, Raychell Rose.
Oh, she ain't relinquishing that baby. No, look, Sammy, you like to call things right down the middle, as I do. Was there anything dirty about that? Was there anything underhanded about what we just saw there?
I will reluctantly